On today's adventures, we're traveling from Bruges, Belgium to Paris, France, where we're going to give you our first impressions of this iconic city. Along the way, we're going to stop in another city in France that we recommend for anybody who wants to get a real feel of what this country is like. To start off, we had an amazing time in Bruges, and you can check out that video where we spent the entire day walking around this photogenic city. Let's get started. Because Bruges is such a popular tourist destination and the Ostend-Bruges airport is pretty small, a lot of people like to arrive by train. And that means this train station is going to be pretty big. However, it's also very easy to navigate, so we go straight up to the machines to buy our tickets to our next destination. The first thing we need to do is buy a ticket to a city called Kortrijk, Belgium. That's at the border, and we'll be able to get our next tickets to Paris from here. However, because we're not going directly to Paris, we're actually going to be looking for a different ticket. We're looking for a train that'll take us to Lille, Flanders. If you have a couple minutes and time to kill, you have a place you can grab some food, which doesn't look that bad. And these are the hours. In our travels through Europe, a lot of times we come through countries that speak their native language and then they speak English in a way that makes it easy for travelers to understand what's going on. What we heard in our travels into France was French only, so that was a little bit surprising for us. However, it's really easy to figure out what's going on if you just follow the Google Maps. We also used a lot of Google Translate to make sure that we are going in the right direction. And we discovered along the way that knowing just a little bit of French makes it more likely that the locals are going to be willing to help you if at least you're trying to speak the language. And those key details made this travel day a lot easier for us. Crossing the border from Belgium to France was quite easy. And just like that, we are in France. From Lille, Flanders, we're going to be taking another train to get to Bethune.
This ticket machine gave us the most trouble.
Turn that and it changes what you want on the screen to get it. So this is a different kind of ticket station than what we've had to deal with in the past. Now we got to find our gates. We have no idea where it's at, but we know that it's leaving soon. And they have a place you can grab a couple of snacks. If you're actually here, you can go out, but what we found here is the board. It's telling us exactly where we need to go. I know that sounds like a lot of trains for one day, but to be honest with you, it's going to be worth it in the end because Bethune is an amazing place to stop and just relax for a couple of days.
It's time to catch our last train.
We're questioning whether or not it's cheaper to go by rail or maybe we should be taking these short hopper flights between places to cross Europe. What we have figured out is that it has cost us almost 47 euros total for us to get from one spot to the other today.
That's $23.20 per person.
Taking a little stop in a town called Bethune, which is a quaint town on the northern side of France, just below Bruges.
It's actually a decent-sized town, and it's awfully cute. Let us show you what we mean.
We're starting right here at the train station because it's one of the easiest ways to get into town, and we're going to be heading this way. The town is directly up this road. It's an easy walk for us to get there, and we're really excited to explore. This is about the start of the town. As you can see, you've got a little bit of old and new together. It has some really beautiful historic buildings as well as some beautiful modern buildings. Going to Bethune was really good for us so we can experience the history, culture, tradition, and food of France. This beautiful little town and everybody in it was very welcoming. We enjoyed it here even though it was only for a short time. One of the reasons we wanted to walk around town is because of this building that you see in front of you right now. You can actually see it for many miles and it's really beautiful. We wanted to get a close-up look, as well as this clock tower right here. As you can see, there's a lot of beautiful architecture here. And since you're in France, you know there's really good food as well. Bethune is definitely on our list of places to come back to.
Good morning.
After a couple of relaxing days in Bethune, we are on our way to Paris. We are really excited about that.
Yay!
We are taking a train to get from Bethune to Paris. It cost us 87 euros.
For both of us.
Which isn't too bad of a price. So we are still waiting for our train, and so is everybody else. There are actually a whole lot of people sitting inside waiting right now. We've got our seats. What we didn't tell you before was these are actually first class seats. The reason we got the first class seats is because it was only €4 more to get these seats as opposed to the second class seats.
€2 each. More.
It was worth it.
Definitely worth it. These seats look humongous.
Massive. Look at this.
We've got tray tables.
Our own outlets, but it gets even better. A footrest and reclining seats. But they are electric reclining seats, which is really convenient.
If the sun is getting to be a little too much for you, just pull your shade down.
They also have family seating, so you can have 4 people in the same area.
And free Wi-Fi. This is one time that I'm really glad that we went with what Eddie was wanting to do, which was upgrading to first class, instead of going with my gut, which was just stay in second class. It was really worth it.
Now let's explore the rest of the train. There's an upper level and a dining car. This is where you want to go if you want to get that view. Unfortunately, this isn't open right now. They have a price list. I wonder how you get it. We have made it to Gare du Nord. Sorry, my French isn't that good. This is what the train station looks like. What we have to do right now is get tickets on the subway to get over towards where the Arc de Triomphe is, because we're going to find a place to store our bags so that they are in a storage locker until we need them tonight before we head to our hotel. To get to the subway, we're going to leave this main train station. However, stop and enjoy some music if you get a chance. We followed Google Maps outside, only to discover we were going in the wrong direction. We have yet to find where we need to buy tickets to get to this next destination. We're going upstairs to the second level.
We're at a loss.
We have no idea where we're going.
We're going to try and figure that out next.
We asked directions and found out that we were trying to go in the wrong direction. So now we got to go to number 2 for the metro. So we got off the train over there. There's actually a metro station right here. We're going to go down there. We got our tickets. The line's getting longer and one of the machines died. So it took a couple minutes, but I think we figured out where we're going. Just have to find...
Where to get our train?
We're looking for metro number 2. We only saw 1 2 upstairs, and now as we're walking around, we're not seeing any other 2s. We have to take metro number 4 over to metro number 2. We had already been warned that crowds like this make it easy for pickpockets, so we were being extra careful. We went 1 stop. Now we are on the second train, or going towards the second train, which is up a lot of stairs. And we're both carrying all of our bags. Oh! I just saw an escalator. Now we have a short walk to get to where we're going to store our luggage at. This should take us out to by where the Arc de Triomphe is. There it is. We're going north just a couple of blocks, and once we drop off our bags, we'll get right back to you. If you look behind us, you'll see that that building is closed, and that is the 3rd one we've tried. So basically, the story of our first impressions are very confusing train station that didn't really help us get to where we needed to go.
So confusing.
And none of the luggage storage units were open.
I think we're going to call it quits here and just head to our hotel. It's a 45-minute to an hour train/bus journey, and we're gonna get there, check in, drop our stuff, and come right back to show you more.
At least we got a chance to see the Arc de Triomphe. The other thing is, now that we've had a little bit of experience with the subway, we understand it just a little bit better. And even though it's one of the most confusing subways we've ever been on, it still got us where we needed to go to catch this next bus. And that's where we have another story for you. We got out of the subway over there, came over here, found the bus stop that we're supposed to be going to. So we came over to here. When we got on the bus here, we asked how much it would cost to take us here, and he told us he doesn't go there, even though we were showing it on the map. Basically, he wouldn't let us get on the bus, even though we were paying customers trying to get to where we're going. So that would be 044 now, Paris. You're doing swell. At last, we made it to the hotel safe and sound, and we're going to tell you why we chose this one in particular. For starters, by choosing a hotel that's not directly in the city of Paris and only about an hour away by bus and train, we saved probably about $300 a night. Yeah, that's what I said, $300 per night. And yet, this room is pretty nice. In fact, for budget travelers, this room is really nice. This hotel includes a gym and breakfast and was close to an area of town that gave us a chance to explore a little bit of France without having to do with the whole Paris tourism thing, which is kind of nice to get away from that once in a while. So basically, that's what we did for the rest of the night. Enjoyed walking around the neighborhood. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so that you can continue to follow along with us as we continue on this adventure.
And as always, squeeze the day and be well.